Live! What is up, you guys? Welcome to another one of our Genshin Series streams, where today I have a very specific set of plans for us. We're gonna be doing a story quest, technically main story quest, and then we're also going to be doing a special quest that will unlock to us like a whole another feature of this game that I really enjoy. Okay, hold on. I was not trying to fight. I was just trying to get away. Anyway. That's pretty much it for the plans. And of course, you know, we have to spend our resin, do some of our weekly stuff too this time. I have to start remembering to do the weekly stuff since I only play this once a week. I'm like, okay, when I do play, I should get that out of the way too. Not so sure about character building this time, but we'll see. I feel like the stuff that I already have planned for us to do will take up most of the time. But again, we'll see. Also, we got new banners in between time. I don't plan on wishing very hard on them. Yay! I'm glad you guys got your cocoa. I don't plan on wishing very hard on them just because on my other account I had both of these characters and, you know, like, I already experienced them basically. Though I do kind of want the one guy who's on the side and Yao Yao. I already built Yao Yao before. She's a really good healing character, and then the other guy, I didn't get to really use him, but he's an Inazuma character. So I feel like, you know, having him would be beneficial for when we are exploring Inazuma. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't really want to wish on the banners, so. Alrighty. Oh, by the way, the reason why there's a discrepancy in how many Primo Gems I have now compared to last time, I got on this morning just to make sure the game was fully updated and we wouldn't have to wait at all. And then I checked my mail and they had a bunch of Primo Gem gifts, so that's why I have some Primo Gems. But if you guys want me to wish on one of those banners, I will. Oh, crap. I forgot to play my intro. Okay, hold on. Can't believe I forgot to play that. Oh, I guess I should spend some resin so it's not a cap, but then again, I'm not sure how much I care about that. I guess we can do one little thing just to warm up. I got too busy talking, that's how I forgot it. Yay, I'm glad you got that.
Scatter! Tell me what you see. Be free.
Delve into destiny. Written in the stars.
Something's wrong.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Dang.
Propagate.
Farewell.
Ooh, that was nice. Alright. Good enough for now. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Now I gotta select the darn quest again. At some point, too. You know what? Maybe even in the next stream, we're gonna have to clear out some of these side quests that are all over the place before it gets to a point of no return.
Feel free to look around. There's no obligation to buy.
We're looking for the Liyue volume of the Teyvat Travel Guide. Do you have it in stock?
Sorry, dear. We stopped stocking that a very long time ago. It just wasn't selling.
No one needs a guide.
Huh? But the Mondstadt volume was so interesting. Bummer.
The thing is, the author made it too personal, and the result wasn't really much of a guide. It barely sold any copies, and the few travelers that did buy it made complaints afterward.
Content was a little too wild, huh?
Well, that's a shame. The Mondstadt volume was a good read, even just as an adventurer's diary.
The fact remains that I don't have it in stock. If you must read it, try your luck at Chang the Ninth's place.
Who's Chang the Ninth?
A book collector who lives in Qingce village. He's a complete grouch, but he will behave himself if the conversation is about books. He was a regular customer here back when he lived in Liyue Harbor, and I still send him the odd out-of-print book or two every now and then.
Did somebody say out-of-print books?
I forgot we got him at some point.
Is there a chance that Volume 6 of Legend of the Shattered Halberd is also in his collection?
Who are you?
Apologies, my liege. Where are my manners? My name is Sing Cho, a humble literature enthusiast who happened to be passing by.
Sing Cho. Oh gosh, I've been pronouncing it wrong in my head this whole time.
Since you and I are both in search of lost books, what say we travel together to Mount Qingce and pay a visit to Chang the
Those kids
Ninth?
just bumped us for no reason. Makes sense. Lead the way,
My
please.
pleasure, fellow book lover.
I don't love books.
Should we ask here if they have a copy of the Liyue volume of the Teyvat Travel Guide? It's super duper interesting.
Are you buying or not?
That whole situation already happened, Paimon. Get it together. Why does it have to rain?
A reward on the road.
Well. Didn't realize I was on the edge. At least we don't slip down here when it's raining. Pretty sure this is his house. Yep, I was right.
The heavens are smiting me. Smiting me to smithereens.
Tuh, I hear with that thunder. Excuse me, are you Chang the Ninth?
Uh-huh. And what do you want? Come on, spit it out.
Hey, Lena. We're looking for whatever book he wants and the Teyvat Travel Guide, but the Liyue
We've
version.
heard you've got tons of old books lying around, and we want to borrow the Liyue volume of the Teyvat Travel Guide.
I just said that, Paimon.
Don't get me started on the topic of my books.
Okay, I won't. But do you have the one we're looking for?
After the chasm was sealed off, the family mining business started going south. Then the Fatui started working to sabotage me. To pay off my debts, I had no choice but to pawn off my beloved book collection. Every last book. Do you have any idea what that means?
You're bored now that you've got nothing to read?
Wrong. That was my
Oh my
life's
gosh.
work. I devoted my entire life to curating, collecting, caring for them. And now they're gone. Gone, I tell you.
Well, that was your decision. You could have made money another way.
It's useless ranting and raving at you like this.
It is.
All I can do is try to save enough Mora to buy them back. Unless you have other business here, I'm done talking to you. Goodbye. Off you go. Go on, go.
Please tell me that you didn't pawn Volume 6 of Legend of the Shattered Halberd.
Legend of the Shattered Halberd. There's a title I haven't heard in a long time. You have good taste, my boy.
Oh, but I don't.
What? But we don't?
Oh my god.
That work was an epic-defining masterpiece. Granted, it was almost unknown at the time it was published, but over time it was the work that came to define the genre of martial arts novels and sparked a plethora of imitation works.
Didn't know there were martial arts novels. You know, I always kind of wonder, like, how would books describe, like, a fighting scene?
Barely any copies of the first edition were ever printed.
The later edition inexplicably went out of print, almost as soon as it was released. A shame, given what it allegedly added to the original story.
Yes, that's right. How did I forget? The original edition's 6th volume of that work is so rare. I could never bring myself to pawn it no matter how much I needed the money.
And that's the way you should have felt about your other books, and you wouldn't be so miserable right now.
You mean you still have it?
Yes, it is my one and only remaining treasure.
Hey, Chang,
Tuh.
you've got some nerve keeping me and my boss waiting like this. I need an answer. Will you sell the core lapis or not?
You got some nerve walking up to his crib with this type of energy.
I'm sure you don't need me to remind you that if you mess with Gentry Moutsai, you're messing with the Fatui.
Oh, you again. But you know I can't afford to give a 70% discount on the price. I'd never be able to buy my collection back.
Just go mind your own, Coral Lapis.
That's your business. The question is, do you want your books, or do you want food on your plate? Perhaps
All right,
you'd
you're
like to
being
take
mean
your
now.
books with you to an early grave.
Oh, so you're threatening to kill this man?
You...
Whoa there, friend. Come on. This gentleman is either willing to make a deal or he's not. You can't force him to sell against his will.
Right.
Just who do you think you are? Keep your nose out of other people's business.
You interrupted our conversation.
My liege, I am but one who comes to the aid of this gentleman in his moment of need. I am Xingqiu, disciple of the Guhua clan.
He didn't say anything funny.
Guhua clan? Did you hear this clown? He thinks he's a Guhua master in this day and age.
Forced laughs.
Oh, there was me thinking the last granddads of Guhua had keeled over and died by now. Who were you supposed to be then, huh? Some sort of Guhua messiah?
Justice is blind to our backgrounds, my friend. That just makes me someone trying to do the right thing. But you? The weasel who does the tiger's bidding may be less powerful than his master, but he is no less guilty.
Get a load of this guy.
Get a load of
Just
this.
you wait. You'll be sorry you crossed me.
No, he won't.
And you, Chang, you're selling that core lapis whether you like it or not.
Okay, you're forcing him to sell. You might as well just rob him.
Oh, how the wolves prey upon the fallen tiger. My days are numbered.
Now, why does he think he's a tiger?
So, just to come back to what we were talking about earlier, could I get a yay or nay about borrowing that book?
Jeez Louise, give the man a
Oh,
minute.
what does it matter now? I can't expect anybody to care about me anymore. But since you did stick up for me, please just take this book and leave me in peace.
Well, now it just all feels sad.
3 long years I have waited for this day. Words cannot express my gratitude. I, Xingqiu, vow to repay this great act of generosity.
All right, give it a rest. Just bring it back when you're finished. Sorry, but I'm not about to put my hopes in some self-professed Guhua disciple.
Hey, where are you going? We've still got a job to do over here.
Yeah, what about my travel guide? Where's the supposed pawn shop that he gave it to? He's
So,
reading.
you like reading, huh? Mr. 5-second hero?
Oh, amazing! I never saw that coming.
Hello? Shincho? Anybody in there?
No wonder this book is so highly sought after.
Wait. I don't really understand why I would say
How can they
either.
bully poor old Chang the Ninth like this? Forcing him to sell his ore for dirt cheap? It's daylight robbery, pure and simple.
So I guess we're scrapping Operation Liyue Travel Guide?
Why do you give up on your book search so lightly?
That's what you care about?
Oh, so now you can hear what we're saying.
The reason I borrowed this book is that it would be a real pity if Chang the Ninth ended up having to pawn it.
Oh, please.
And I meant every word I said to Chang the Ninth. I will return his act of kindness. It is the just thing to do. I will be custodian of this book, and I will also help find a way to buy back the rest of his collection. Of course I do. An initial plan, anyway. I still need to work out the details. Give me a second to reflect. It shan't take but a moment.
You're still here? What is this, a game to you? You think no one's really gonna get hurt?
We're in a different area.
I gotta hand it to the Goofball clan. What you lack in numbers and talent, you make up for in guts.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Goofball clan? I meant Guhua clan.
Yeah, we're not
That's
dumb.
what
We
you
got
goofballs call it, right?
that. Dude, that's not a read.
There's a saying that goes, the insect that shakes the oak tree ludicrously overestimates its ability.
What? The insect that shakes the oak tree ludicrously overestimates its ability. Okay.
Quit quoting proverbs at me, you buffoon.
Now he's a buffoon. A goofball and a buffoon. These sound like Beans type insults.
Please leave this place. I will not tolerate an attempt to coerce an honest trader, especially when the one you seek to threaten is one to whom I owe a debt of gratitude.
It's cute that you want to stick your neck out for Chang and all, but you picked the wrong time, you little punk. I brought the Fatui to back me up. A whole army of you and your little Guhua buddies wouldn't be able to help you now.
Goofball, buffoon, and punk. Like, come on, dude.
I may be young, my liege, but the path I have chosen makes me no stranger to conflict. Why should I cower in the face of evil?
Oh, great speech. But now it's time for you to learn your lesson.
Are you here to play with me? There you are, eavesdropper.
No, my sword!
Let me amuse myself.
Over here! Decided by destiny!
Time to say hello.
I thought that was just a regular pendant you were wearing, not a vision. You won this round, but you better watch your back. This isn't over.
Would it be too much to hope they've learned their lesson?
More to Guhua than meets the eye, huh?
No, you misunderstand. That fellow has a foul mouth, to be sure. But his assessment of the state of the Guhua clan is, well, not exactly incorrect, I suppose. Though I long to restore Guhua to its former glory, it is no easy task.
They've gone for now, but they'll be back looking to cause more trouble before long.
I'll see to it that no harm comes to those who show me kindness. there is a just and unjust way to do business, and I will ensure the matter is resolved satisfactorily. It's not like the Fatui to pick sides in a business dispute, but the confident demeanor of their errand boy suggests there is substance to his words. There must be a deeper level of collusion at work here. He mentioned Gentry Mautai. I know this name. He has a stately residence in Liyue Harbor. Maybe the two of you could go and investigate.
That idea works, but what are you gonna do?
Me?
Read his book.
I have other things to look into. Let me see. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace in Liyue Harbor in a bit.
You really have stuff to do? Are you sure you're not just using us as your errand runners?
Wow, so that's how that turned out. This whole passage is just extraordinary.
Ugh, this guy is so annoying! Paimon just wants to slap him right in his stupid face!
Well, first let's help Chang the Ninth.
Fine. But, as per tradition, Paimon gets to pick an ugly nickname for him. From now on, he shall be known as... Guhua Geek!
You go first. No need to wait for me. One more page and I'll go and stretch my legs. Just one last page.
Oh. I did all my commissions. I wonder how I did all my commissions. Ooh, yikes. Wasn't expecting to take that much damage. Honestly, we're all about to die.
Who goes there?
I'm Reese, a VIP client of your boss.
How strange. You're not on the guest list.
Because I'm on the VIP list.
The Master's dealing with some urgent business today. All prior appointments have been canceled.
Urgent business? What is it?
The Master's been working on a major business deal recently. He left early this morning to meet with a VIP client.
More VIP than me?
So, where is he now?
I'm sorry. The Master is stressed that we must not disclose that information to just anyone.
Just anyone? Are you saying we're not his VIP client?
No, I mean, yes. Yes, you are. I meant no offense. Please, believe me.
Would you like to explain these extra fees you're incurring to your boss? Or shall
I'm sorry. Master's currently in business negotiations at Shinyue Kiosk. I beg for your mercy, please. My master will show me no leniency if he finds out.
Well, my master has much more important things to do than talking to rude guards like you. Luckily for you, your bad attitude will be the last thing on our minds when my master's busy negotiating a big business deal with your boss.
Thank you. May your business forever be blessed by the Lord of Geo.
Nice work! Paimon never knew you were such a tough negotiator.
Hey, you did great too.
Paimon loves compliments and all, but treating Paimon to some tasty snacks would show that you really mean it. Anyway,
I
seems
don't.
like the VIP client in question must be one of the Fatui.
I think you're right.
In that case, let's get ourselves over to the Shinyue Kiosk. Seems business is booming at the Shinyue Kiosk. No one should notice if we blend in there. But either way, if we want to know what kind of shady business they're up to, we better be careful.
Careful is not my specialty. I was gonna say Careful is my middle name, but then I'd just be lying. Aha! Oh, we have to eavesdrop. Whoops.
I understand. I do. Please do not worry. You have my word that the order will be completed as promised.
The subordinate I sent was not quite so optimistic in his appraisal. Is somebody being uncooperative?
We just ran into a minor procurement problem, is all. We haven't managed to purchase the core lapis yet, but it's nothing for you to worry about. If Chang the Ninth won't sell, I can buy from someone else.
That would be most ideal. I remind you again that the Fatui care only about the result.
Clearly.
We are willing to lend a certain degree of support to this transaction. But if it is not completed in time, you may suddenly find our goodwill comes at a price you cannot afford.
I understand. I am indebted to you for your protection. You know I would not dream of disappointing you, don't you?
We shall see when the time comes.
Darn that old man Chang.
So, Mr. Gentry Moutsai is colluding with the Fatui.
Well, that was obvious.
Who knows if Gua Geek has made any progress? Should we go tell him? You had other things to look into, as if you're some sort of man of mystery, when actually all you meant was you wanted somewhere new to park your backside while you read your book.
I see. I guessed as much.
Did you really guess, or are you just saying that to sound clever?
The course of action we must take is now clear.
Oh,
to start
don't
with,
ignore her.
please deliver this letter to the Fei Yun Commerce Guild. They will know what to do, my liege. For reasons that I cannot explain, I will be unable to join you. There is no need for you to read the contents of the letter. When the time comes...
Ugh, this writing is super hard to read. Paimon can't make heads or tails of it.
A secret text that needs a cipher, perhaps?
Hence why I said there's no need for you to read it. The Fei Yun Commerce Guild will have someone who can understand it.
But why would you want to get them involved? They're one of the bigwig commerce guilds in Liyue. Why would they want to help us? Since we got to Liyue, Paimon keeps hearing people mention it. Seems they oversee a lot of business that goes on around here. Having such big backing would be great and all, but are you sure they'd want to help?
No need to worry about that. From what I know, they share my sense of chivalry. Once they have read the carefully reasoned and passionately argued case I put forth in this letter, they will certainly be moved to action. Gentry Moutsai must be taught a lesson he will never forget. This is something we cannot do on our own.
We could just beat him up.
Also, I do not wish for anyone else to know of my involvement in this.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
not? You're only doing this to try and help Chang the Ninth, right?
To silently disappear at the matter's conclusion, concealing one's name and contribution. This is the chivalrous thing to do. To savor the memory is ample reward. Each droplet of kindness I receive, I am duty-bound to repay with a welling spring of gratitude. I seek neither praise nor reward.
That sounds very lovely. But be honest, you just want them to do it so you can carry on reading your book, don't you?
Thank you in advance for delivering this letter to the Feiyun
Bruh.
Commerce Guild. Someone from the guild should be able to receive you near Lioli Pavilion.
Hey! Stop ignoring Paimon!
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Excuse us, we come bearing news of a matter requiring your assistance. It's all in this letter.
Why are you talking like
A
him?
letter? Oh, I see. This again.
Is this child's voice? You know something about this, sir?
Oh, don't mind me. I was just
Oh, this is
speculating.
definitely
Let me give
child's
this a read.
voice.
Can he actually read this thing? Is it even written in the common tongue?
Yes, the script is inimitable by the uninitiated. Honored guests, you must both be wary from your long journey. Please allow the
can't
Feiyun Commerce
trust
Guild to
this
be your host for
voice.
tonight.
We're not here to stay.
Please rest assured that the matter written about has been duly received. We just need some time to prepare. Please take a seat here in Lioli Pavilion, where you may enjoy some light refreshments while taking in the ocean view. Consider it a small token of our esteem.
Yay! Tasty snacks! They're giving us the VIP treatment.
Of course. We treat visitors with the utmost respect here at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. When honored guests grace us with their presence, far be it from us to shirk our duty to them. Please, this way.
And Paimon thought we'd get kicked out or turned away at the door. Paimon didn't think Guhua Geek had so much clout.
Thank you for your patience. With the amount of wealth and power Gentry Moutsai has, it will take more than a slap on the wrist to get through to him. For him to correct the error of his ways, he must feel for himself the same suffering he has inflicted on Chang the Ninth. Since Gentry Moutsai's business has to do with core lapis, we simply need to buy up all the stock there is in Liu. That will put him in a rather sticky situation.
That seems like overdramatic.
Deprived of the necessary raw materials, even the best craftsperson in Tevat would be unable to make their product.
Great idea! That'll be sure to mess things up between him and the Fatui. But Liyue is huge. Is it really possible to buy up every last bit of core lapis in the harbor?
With the timescale we are on, it is indeed a challenge. Hence, as stated in the letter, we must ask for your further cooperation in the matter. First, there are a number of vendors in the city you will need to buy from. I've marked their respective locations on your map. There is also some unsold core lapis at the chasm. You will need to purchase that too. Finally, there is Chang the Ninth's batch.
Alrighty, so 3 sellers in the city, another one at the chasm, and then Chang the Ninth. Roger that!
Of course, we are not expecting you to cover the costs.
Wow, so many Mora! With cash like this, Paimon could rent out Lioli Pavilion and eat there for a whole month!
Well, this is not the first time we've had to do something like this. It's just par for the course now. All you need to do is strike a deal. The Feiyun Commerce Guild will handle the transportation and other trifling matters. Once you have purchased all the core lapis, please proceed to the Feiyun Commerce Guild's warehouse, where you can see the rest of the plan unfold.
Okay.
Gotta hand it to Guhua Geek. This is some seriously...
Good day, my friend. My apologies, but I'm out of stock at the moment. Please try again next time. Oh, I thought you were here to purchase Snezhnayan products.
No, why would I care about those?
No, that I still have. Although I ship it all to factories in Snezhnaya. I don't do retail. Too much hassle, not enough return. Sorry.
Does we'll take it all still count as retail?
What? No. Give me a second to think. All right, I'll do it. Just need you to sign for it. Clearly no shortage of cash flow in Liyue.
Liyue? I don't think that's the right way to say it.
Oi! Shh! Keep your voice down.
You again. Give me all your core
All of
lapis.
it? Though my business may not seem so big, I should warn you that I can get what you need, both legitimately and not so legitimately. Best you give me an actual number.
This dude, he wasn't this shady sounding when we were here with Zhongli trying to get flowers.
All of it would be far more than you actually want.
Fayun Commerce Guild only ever does legal business.
What are you saying? Of course my business is all above board. Fayun Commerce Guild, you say? If it's for the Fayun Commerce Guild, then sign on the dotted line, and I'll start getting things in order right away. My friend.
Ugh. Someone had a lot of fun doing that voice. I have some of the stickiest hands known to man. And that's how I'm able to climb this wall.
Hi, anything I can do for you?
Yeah, give me all your core lapis.
You want all my core lapis? I've already agreed to several orders. That said, none are in writing. The buyers are being incredibly indecisive.
Then let the Commerce Guild take it off your hands.
Oh, it's for the Fayun Commerce Guild? Seems business trends are about to change in Liyue. Oh, nothing. Just talking to myself. Come, let us sign a contract. Don't worry about my prior client. He hadn't made any down payments or anything. Quite common in the industry. Thank you for your patronage. We hope the Fayun Commerce Guild will continue to do business with us.
We won't. This is a one-time situation. Jeez, you gotta go a far way to buy this stuff. What would so much ore even be needed for in the first place? Why would they specifically need ore lapis from Chang the Ninth when there's so many vendors who sell it? It's kind of like, they really know who to try and who to threaten because they didn't try that in the city.
Hello there. Are you in charge of the core lapis here?
Aha, finally. I thought you might come. I hear the Fayun Commerce Guild has been buying up all the core lapis stock in Liyue Harbor. As it happens, I do have a batch of core lapis that hasn't been shipped yet. It's all yours, if you name the right price. The original buyer's price was already quite high, so... The best I can do is 7 million mora.
Delusional.
Are you serious? We spent less than 2 million more on the rest of Liyue's stock put together.
I'm afraid it has to go to the highest bidder. I'm breaching an existing agreement by selling to you, so it has to be worth my while.
It's poor form to just raise the price without good grounds.
Look, you have your problems to deal with and I have mine. You can take it or leave it. So if you're not buying, please leave me alone.
All right. We'll pay, even if it is a ridiculous price. When we get back, we'll just have to tell the guild that we'll sell to this gentleman at 4 times the normal price in the future.
Wait, surely there's no need for that.
Take our money and hand over the goods.
Please, don't do this. It's not even your money. Why be so frugal with it?
It might be the guild's money, but we'll have a tough time explaining to our boss why we spent so much in one go. If he asks, all we can do is mention your name and say you gouged us over the price.
I understand. I'm sorry, please. I don't want any trouble with the guild. There's just one other thing, though. There's been an issue with the delivery of this batch. Several carts were ambushed by hilly churls.
Isn't your name Swang the Strong?
I don't know where exactly, but if I can't retrieve the goods, I can't sell them to you either.
Just go beat up the hilly trolls. It's not that hard.
Maybe you could go and look for the carts? There should be 5 of them in total. If you can find them all and tell me where they are, I'll sign the contract right away.
Market price?
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, I do hope to carry on doing business in Liyue in the future.
That's that then. Well, no time to lose.
Ha! You're so clever.
Oh yeah! We found it! Check out all that core lapis! Make a note of the location. We'll send the Feiyun Commerce Guild to collect it later.
Oh, that was one. Tuh, that's not how this looks.
Scatter!
Be free!
Why did nothing happen?
Another one did.
Pretty wild he was gonna have
Shadows of Fate.
Poor Lapis he didn't even have this
That's it, all right. That's a big old.
I see treasure.
Delve into destiny.
Propagate!
Fate is upon you.
Go! You're free now!
Eat this! Race you! Germinate!
Not too far now.
You can always tell which ones are ripe for the picking by the sound they make when you tap on them.
What is he talking about?
Let Paimon see.
Alright, just one more card. Now that it's morning, I can't tell which ones I already went to and which I didn't. Oh, I don't think I went to this one. Did I? Yeah, I guess I did.
Scatter! Boba, get the...
Aha!
Here we go! Quick, make a note. That guy said there were 5 cards in total, so that should be all of them. Let's get back. This has all been quite exhausting for poor little Paimon. He definitely owes Paimon some snacks. Here, we've made a note of the cards' locations, all 5 of them. Can you sell us the core lapis now?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you both. Yes, let's make this official. I also hope you could put in a good word with your boss for me.
Nice try.
Done and dusted! Yeah!
Nice work back there, Paimon.
We make a great team, don't we?
Yep.
Now for the final stop on our core lapis crawl. To Chang the Ninth's place.
I didn't know we were gonna buy from Chang the Ninth. Huh. We're also doing all the heavy lifting on our own. So much for chivalry.
Just who I was hoping to see. I was just thinking to myself, gentry mount-sized thugs have been mysteriously absent for a while now. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Oh, don't worry. You won't be hearing from them again.
Oh? What happened?
Not only that, but we'd like to purchase your core lapis.
Huh? Oh, I see now. You're in this trade too. So you're trying to beat him to the post, eh? Appearances can be deceiving, that's for sure.
Whatever.
But I don't care who you are. A discount of 70% is simply impossible. The maximum I can do is 40% off, and even then I'm only breaking even.
No need. We'll take it at the market rate.
You mean you're not trying to force the price down? What's going on? Have I died and gone to heaven?
No.
I can't believe it. I will make a profit on this batch after all. But gentry mount-sized thugs could still come back after I've sold it.
If Paimon told you they're not gonna bother you again, then you'd better believe they're not gonna bother you again.
Just trust me.
Huh. Okay, then. My situation can hardly get worse from here in any case. But tell me, what on earth do you plan to do with so much core lapis?
Nothing.
Actually, it's for a commission. Can't go into too much detail.
See, things are never quite as bad as they seem.
Thank you. Thank you a million times over. I really don't know what to say.
Good people always get what's coming to them in the end. And so will the nasty people. Anyway, let's get going, because apparently we have a show to watch at the Feiyun Commerce Guild's warehouse.
Ooh, I'm almost adventure rank 30. Whoops. That's a warehouse? Pretty nice for a warehouse.
Welcome. The final act in this drama would not be complete without you two here as audience.
You better believe it. We're the ones who've been doing all the work.
Exactly.
What exactly have you been doing all this time?
Well, naturally, I used the time to immerse myself completely in Legend of the Shattered Halberd. I managed to finish the book off, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
bet
Divine
you
Halberd,
did.
an ominous sword, Mir and Wei Yang. The way the story develops across the first 5 volumes, nothing short of exemplary. But the 6th volume? Words fail me. How blessed we are to have such an author grace our world with such works.
And this is related to Gentry Moutsai. How?
It's not. But when something surpasses expectations to such a degree, one must show one's appreciation. And it is thanks to your help that everything will play out just as I had foreseen.
Why does Paimon have to be the only one who doesn't get what's going on? No fair. So go on then, tell me, what are we doing here? And what's this big dramatic showdown thing that's supposed to happen?
Think about it. Gentry Moutsai goes searching for core lapis all over Liyue Harbor, and he doesn't find a single piece. He panics. Without the goods, he can't fulfill his contract. And if he can't fulfill his contract, he can't stay in good standing with the Fatui.
So
He
they
hears a
kill him?
rumor that the Feiyun Commerce Guild is the culprit. Panic turns to disbelief. Gentry Moutsai is a hugely powerful figure in the business world. Never has anyone dared to target him like this. So regardless of whether it is revenge or a
Well,
swift
the Fatui
resolution that
did.
he seeks, he is certain to...
So it was you! You were the one sticking your necks out for Chang the Ninth!
Speak of the devil.
I went everywhere trying to find someone selling core lapis before I realized the Feiyun Commerce Guild had been on an acquisition spree. Core lapis is hardly a rare mineral, and yet suddenly the stocks dry up.
If it's
just
not rare,
like
why
that.
didn't you just go get
Explain
some?
yourselves. What is the meaning of this persecution?
We are not persecuting you, but protecting another, one to whom I am indebted. Upon witnessing an injustice, it is a perfectly normal response to rush to the aid of he who has been wronged. Was it not one of your own men who said, "This isn't over"?
You clearly don't know what's good for you. I won't beat around the bush, Master, if you please. Seize their core lapis!
Propagate!
The hunter.
Nice and spiky!
Tell me what you see.
Shadows of fate! Written in the stars!
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cut.
Not too far now.
Spring forth!
No escape.
Propagate!
Can't run from death. Impressive. You are no commoners. To continue this fight would be to incur greater losses than I can accept.
Their strength is almost spent. Finish them off!
Lies.
Core lapis is almost within our grasp.
Might I remind you that the Fatui's relationship with you extends to business matters only? I did not lend you my men to have them stir up trouble at your beck and call.
What are you saying? Master, everything I did with only one thing in mind. To complete the order.
Then figure it out by yourself.
Don't go. Wait. Master, wait!
My lord, what are you doing here? Are you hurt?
Thanks to this valiant young woman, I am unscathed.
My lord?
You? You are the heir of the Feiyun Commerce Guild?
Indeed, my liege. I am Xing Chou, disciple of the Guhua clan and second son of the Feiyun Commerce Guild manager, and I make no secret of it.
Drats! I've been played like a fiddle.
Gentry Moutsai. Coercion and intimidation are hardly the attributes of a respectable businessman. The problems that your business practices have created, I have sought to resolve through mine. I shudder to think what the Fatui will do with you if you fail to provide their core lapis.
You meddling swine. Well, go on. Tell me, what will you sell it for?
Since you asked Chang the Ninth for a discount of 70%, let's fight fire with fire, shall we? 3 times the market rate sounds fair, no?
How dare you subject me to such viciousness? This is a malicious and calculated attempt to run me into the ground.
Deep breaths now. This is a simple decision. Will you buy or not?
Fine. Have it your way. I'll find the money somehow. Happy now?
On behalf of the Feiyun Commerce Guild, I thank you for your business and hope you will continue to do business with us in future.
You? Funny-speaking, book-reading, guhua geeking Xingqiu are the heir of the Feiyun Commerce Guild?
You're late to the party, Paimon.
So that massive stash of Mora you let us burn through in a day? That was from your private vault?
'Twas but a paltry sum. I got to make a very sound investment while putting Gentry Moutsai in his place. A classic 2 birds, 1 stone situation.
Don't you rich kids take calligraphy classes from a young age?
Very droll. My family can always tell me from my handwriting. It's certainly one of my distinguishing features.
Yikes! Paimon's been calling you Guhua Geek this whole time! Paimon read in one of these martial artist novels that when rich heirs like you get angry at someone, you have their arms and legs chopped off! Paimon's toast! And sorry, very sorry! Please don't hurt Paimon!
Calm down. Since you can fly, you hardly need your legs anyway.
Save me! Save me! This is not a drill! Repeat, this is not a drill!
He is so obviously joking.
Jokes aside, I have the 2 of you to thank for this successful resolution. Really, you were a huge help. Meanwhile, Legend of the Shattered Halberd was positively riveting. Much obliged if you could return it to Chang the Ninth for me.
You're making us run another errand?
I did nothing, and hence deserve none of his gratitude. The 2 of you, meanwhile, though strangers to the circumstances, stepped in and saved the day. To have made such valiant and chivalrous friends is more than enough for me, my liege.
My lord, forgive the intrusion. It's about your father.
Please inform my father thusly. I have averted a disaster and earned a sizable sum of money in the process. Might this meritorious act compensate for my prior transgressions and earn me a few more days of freedom, perchance? Legend of the Shattered Halberd speaks of a domain that I should very much like to investigate.
For all your clever long words, the fact is you're just a lazy bones who doesn't want to work.
What if I told you that a reward awaits you at Chang the Ninth's palace, and not just his gratitude?
Yeah, that sounds a little,
A reward? Well, that sweetens the deal somewhat.
It seems whatever I say, there's no persuading you to stay. Oh, I didn't realize you weren't aware.
Thank you in advance for returning the book for me. I will take my leave now. May we meet again, fellow merchants.
We have the book now. But where do we have said book? Hey. We still have these funds. Why can't I actually put them in my account? Don't see the book. Otherwise, I would have read it.
Finally, you're back. This morning, the pawnbroker showed up and gave me back my entire collection. I'm positive that you must have been behind this once again. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
No big deal. Happy to help.
Please don't say that. You have no idea how much this means to me. The Chang family was a prestigious household in Liyue back in the day. Unfortunately, after I took over the family's affairs as heir, a series of business setbacks devoured our fortune. Since then, I've saved for years, hoping to restore the house to its former glory. In the end, everything was riding on this core lapis deal. Were it not for you, this barren wasteland in the mountains would have become my final resting place.
And it still might, considering you still live here.
Wow, that's the second heir we've met in this town.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing? Oh, here's your book back.
Wonderful. Legend of the Shattered Halberd. I was beginning to think that Guhua rascal had swindled me.
Do people really look down on the Guhua clan so much?
Actually, the art is centuries old and was once held in high esteem. But now it has faded beyond recognition. To instigate a revival, you need to inject some fresh blood, but it's hard to attract budding young talent to a dying art. And so it becomes a vicious cycle. In any case, Guhua kids these days. Take that young rascal Xingqiu, for instance. For all his talk about repaying kindness with kindness and whatnot, what has he done to show for it? You're the ones who've displayed a genuine sense of responsibility.
He's better than you give him credit for.
What does it matter? Anyway, you wanted the Liyue volume of the Tevat travel guide, didn't you? I'll fetch it for you. It's yours to keep. In addition, here is but a small token of appreciation for your huge generosity.
Finally, her trip was worth it after all.
My ore is sold, and my treasured books have returned. I can't believe it. What?
What was that? Paimon saw something fall out.
Oh, nothing. That little rascal surely isn't.
Well, that was a fun quest. Moving right along. Time to get a little more serious. Oh yeah, we need to collect our commission rewards.
Traveler, please, over here.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize this was where to go for the quest.
It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly?
More companions would be nice.
Is that so? Apart from your own skills, reliable teammates are also indispensable when adventuring. Another person to count on is always good after all. But recruiting such dependable companions is no easy matter, is it?
Meh.
Yep, and it's even harder to get a guide as good as Paimon.
Ah, yes. I do have some information that may be of help to you. Let me consult our records. Ah, there it is. There's been a certain blonde stranger who arrived in Mondstadt lately, dressed in most unusual clothes.
Blonde. Dress is all funny. It feels like Paimon's heard this one before. Wait, do you mean... Does that stranger's face look anything like hers?
Hmm? Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different. This stranger is a very tall man, and even has an eye patch.
So just some distant relative of Kaya's, then.
Seriously? How does this have anything to do with Kaya? I can't prove that you're related anyway.
That stranger declined the guild's invitation, so I can't say that I know anything about the relationship between him and Mr. Kaya. Nonetheless, you can look for him if you're interested. Perhaps he might accept your commission instead. After all, it is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited by the guild, but be happy to accept a fellow adventurer's requests. And should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey.
Sounds like a tough customer.
Please don't talk down on yourself like that. You are the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city, even now.
Well, alright then. About that stranger.
Well, as to further news about him, you may want to ask Mr. Lawrence. He stands guard at the city gate, so he may know something about that stranger. I wish you every success, adventurer.
What up, Lawrence?
Honorary knight. Is something the matter?
So I'm looking for a stranger with an eye patch.
A stranger with an eye patch. Let me think. Oh yeah, I remember seeing someone like that. A blonde stranger dressed in unusual garb. He was wandering all over Mondstadt at first, which I found rather suspicious. So I decided to keep an eye on him for a while. I lost him pretty quickly. Still, I didn't think that this was such a huge matter that we needed our outrider to pursue him by air. As long as Master Jean is here, there's nothing to fear from some suspicious, unusual-looking person.
That might be true, but if it were up to Jean, she'd take this way more seriously.
That is true. But on the other hand, knowing that Master Jean may overreact to the situation is all the more reason to not tell her, no? Anyways, oh yeah, he was at Wagner's smithy for a while before I tried tailing him. He might have said something to Wagner. You should go ask him. Maybe he has more news about our stranger.
Why? You need something?
So I'm looking for a stranger with an eye patch.
Here, I remember him. He showed up a few days ago asking to buy a bunch of forging materials. Can't say I've heard of any of the materials he mentioned, though. He then had a look at the weapons in my shop before leaving. I've heard that he can be found drinking at the Angel's Share. If the Knights or the Guild want to get hold of him, that's the only place to be.
The Angel's Share? Well, Master D-Luke probably has his eye on that stranger too then. Anyway, let's go to the Angel's Share and have a look.
Hard work is all there is to the craft.
What will it be? Grape juice or apple cider?
Another day, another lack of alcoholic options.
Hey, Charles! Have you seen a blonde stranger who wears an eye patch around here by any chance?
That I have. He comes here every night. Just a drink, though. Doesn't order anything else. He even sometimes mixes his own drinks after he orders them. I don't know anything else about him, but from his selections and mixes, I'd say that he's quite the connoisseur.
And what's Master D-Luke's opinion?
Why, I just gave it to you. Quite the connoisseur.
Investigating everything as always. Guess that's D-Luke for you.
If you're looking for that gentleman, he ordered some new bottle of wine in advance yesterday. So he should be here today, too. There's too many raucous patrons on the first floor, so if you want to wait, best to go to the second.
Up we go.
Welcome, sir. The wine that you previously ordered is here.
He's really here? Let's go downstairs and have a look.
Hi, I'm an adventurer with the Adventurers Guild. Okay, very awkward. How do you do? I'm an honorary knight of Favonius.
Wow, he's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
So, I'm a traveler.
A traveler, you say? Why are you traveling?
Looking for my lost relative.
Well, that's as good a reason as any. Sit down over there, then.
So, guess we've broken the ice. What a weird guy.
Paimon
That
speaks
little
my
one
mind.
beside you.
My best chum.
Uh-huh. We're the best of friends.
It's indeed a good thing to have someone accompany you on your travels. My name's Dainsleif. I suppose you have some business with me?
Well, I was hoping to invite you to adventure with us.
Sure.
Huh?
And he was so cold just a moment before. Paimon's got a bad feeling about this.
But I will require advance payment.
Pay me, you say?
500 mora, and 3 answered questions. The 500 is a one-time fee, and we'll settle the questions in a moment.
That's it?
That's it.
Well, now Paimon's got a really bad feeling. That kind of compensation can't be right.
Well, here's the mora.
Thank you. Now, as for my questions, I'd like you to answer them here and now.
And if I answer wrongly?
The answer to a question says nothing about right and wrong, only about differences in attitude. I only wish to know what your choices are. You need only answer.
Well, alright then.
Question 1. The crisis Mondstadt faced was resolved by an alliance between yourself and that Animo Archon who calls himself Venti. Who, in your view, was the key to ending that crisis? I know everything that I should. Well, answer the question.
Me, duh.
Is that your answer? I see. Question number 2. Rex Lapis, who has defended Liyue Harbor for millennia on end, used his gnosis to lay down a contract to end all contracts, of which the stipulations are still unknown. Who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their deity?
Everyone?
So that's your answer? I see. Now
freaking
for
me
my
out,
final
sir.
question. This world has people who gained visions and those who did not. Which of the two do you think hold more importance in the eyes of the gods?
None of them.
So, this is your answer then? I understand. As I thought, you really are similar to him.
What do you mean, him?
I'll take that 500 mora. And now I also understand your views on this world. As we agreed, you may now commission me. That said, I only take commissions related to the Abyss Order. Like you, I am currently on a journey. You intend to find your sibling, while I wish to oppose the Abyss.
Well, I have met some Abyss mages in the past.
Ugh. Those creatures that serve the Abyss are the fangs and claws by which the Order spreads chaos in this world. I have come to Mondstadt this time while on the trail of an Abyss Herald.
An Abyss Herald?
An even more twisted abyssal being. One that commands the Abyss mages.
Oh, that's right! We've just been fighting against the Fatui and Liyue, who are human too! We haven't encountered the non-human Abyss Order at all!
There's some reason behind that, I'm afraid. It's possible that they may have been under orders to avoid your path.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Maybe they're looking for a better time to ambush us or something.
They won't defeat me.
Uh-huh! We're super duper strong!
That manner, it's just like his. Well then, let's go see for ourselves, shall we? According to the leads I have on hand, the Abyss Order has re-infiltrated the Temple of the Falcon.
I thought I was commissioning you, not the other way
Let's meet up at
around.
the temple. Perhaps your questions about the Abyss will be answered there.
Hey, go on, drink some more.
Whatever. Ugh, I hate the sound of drunk voices.
This abandoned temple does bear some marks of the Abyss, the Falcon of the West. Though it can soar in the wind, it ultimately does naught but hover under the light of the gods.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's nothing. Let's head inside. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
Time to say hello.
Scatter! Hey, Mama, get them! Let me start!
Not too far now.
Exterminate!
Delved into destiny. Fate is upon you.
Farewell.
Scatter! Nice and spicy!
Tell me what you see.
Just a few Abyss Mages? Seems like that Herald might have already left. The Abyss. It is chaos, and it is also destruction. It is a morass of inconceivable madness that encroaches upon this world's very foundations. That is why even the Dragon of the East, a servant of a deity, was unable to resist its corrosive powers, and the creatures of the Abyss desire nothing less than the overthrow of a world ruled by the Archons.
You seem to know a lot about the Abyss, Dane.
Well, we do have some history. I suppose that's as far as chit-chat goes. We should head to Wolvendom. Judging by the traces I'm following, their next appearance may be within the territory of that old wolf. Perhaps we may find our Abyss Herald there.
This is just over with? That was a short domain. He must be the ex of our brother or something.
Dane's waiting for us up ahead? We should meet up with him quick, in case the wolves decide they don't like him.
Lord of Wolvendom, great Wolf King of the North, sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here only.
You know that wolf?
No, nor does it know me. I only know these things because a previous traveling companion of mine once wanted to hear its story. All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald has stopped by here.
Well, where do we begin? Are you standing here because of these strange bonfires, Dane?
Indeed. See that? Floating above the flames? It's an abyssal spell. Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left similar marks behind elsewhere. Let's have a look nearby.
You know, I feel like he says a whole lot of nothing. All we know is he seems to know our brother, and our brother clearly has something to do with the Abyss Order, but we knew that already.
Another one of those bonfire spells! Looks like the Abyss really has been around here. Yikes! Where did these monsters pop out from? Let's clear them out, and quick! You're toast! Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? Looks kinda scary. Let's beat them up first.
Guided by destiny.
Time to say hello.
Delve into destiny.
Whew, that's that. Let's go check out that bonfire. Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the Abyss.
Let me scry.
Out of the frying pan. Scatter.
Right.
Can I not climb this? Well, that sucks. Not sure how to get that treasure then.
Have you finished searching? I searched around these parts and found some signs myself, but they were left behind by abyss mages, and there was no deeper abyssal power to them. It seems that even an Abyss Herald would not wish to make trouble with the Wolf King of the North. We should leave as well. If there's anything praiseworthy about that old wolf, it's his territorial nature.
But now we're out of leads. Are we going to have to give up?
No. There is one more place we can go. Let's get a move on then. I'll wait for you at Storm Terror's lair.
I haven't had a reason to go here in a while.
I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt's crisis. When you came, this place was known as Storm Terror's lair. But I suppose that this place is more lair than Storm Terror at this point. In fact, if my memory serves, this ruin has had largely nothing to do with that dragon for a long time. The first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of Old Mondstadt, the dragon of the East had yet to fall, much less come to nest in this place.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Dvalin first got in trouble hundreds of years ago.
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once sealed this ruin? If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, then they will not neglect those mechanisms. Let's go see what the situation is at those light actuators.
What's the point in all this?
Look! There are lots of monsters gathered over there. Fate is upon you.
Farewell! Go! You're free now!
Nice and spicy. Spring forth!
Be free!
Propagate! Oh, so in the end, we still couldn't find that Abyss Herald. Bummer.
It's quite a shame.
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame exactly. Still, I do believe that you will come across one eventually.
No, you're right. If it's a really powerful monster, it would be best to go around it.
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be solved by going around them.
You seem to be familiar with journeys, sir.
Once upon a time, yes. I simply have experience from adventuring together with that traveling companion.
You know, Dane, you keep talking about that person this and that person that. Where are they now, anyway?
He no longer travels. I'm afraid that traveling can be too exhausting at times.
Oh, is that how it is? Well, why are you traveling alone then?
I still have some things left unfinished. Once they are done, I too will return home to rest.
Yep, and it's good to have a home to come back to, isn't it? We camp out a lot when we travel. Hey, once you find your sibling, we should find a place to stay too, shouldn't we? Mondstadt's Fisherman's Toast is pretty tasty, but Liyue's Wanmin restaurant is great too. Either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, I think.
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay once your journey reaches its end. While you're still traveling, you should...
I sense something familiar on that cliff.
Huh? What's familiar?
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know well, or perhaps a monster. Whichever it is, we should see it for ourselves, and thus see clearly. We can reach the top of that cliff from over there. Let's go.
Oh, Dane moves really fast, doesn't he? Let's use that wind current nearby to catch up.
Just warped up there, probably. You know, we haven't really gotten to see what the heck his powers are yet. I haven't noticed a vision on him. Yeah, I don't see a vision.
Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
But it doesn't feel like there's anything around here. No monsters, no people, nothing.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any different from the last time I was here.
You've been here before?
My traveling companion brought me here on our previous journey.
So, Dane, what about you? What's your favorite place?
Me? I no longer remember. I merely followed my traveling companion around on that journey. That's all there was to it. Huh? A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here? No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out.
I could feel him.
Huh? You mean your brother? But how could that be? You only touched that dandelion for a second.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of scent that only you recognize. As for why, has it perhaps experienced something related to you?
You're saying some real confusing stuff. Paimon doesn't get it at all.
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. Your journey has only just begun, has it not? At least you now know that he is still on this world. At this time, the most important thing is the journey to find him itself. Yes, and this is something you must keep in mind as the meaning behind your journey. May you find your kin at the end of that journey. Well then, let us part ways here for now.
Huh? You're leaving? Already?
Only for now. Don't worry. We will meet again. After all, I did take 500 mora and those 3 answers you gave me.
Yay, we hit rank 30! Yikes. Our world level went up. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we can finally get 4-star artifacts from a lot of these places. Not 5-star, but 4-star, which is better than what we have. So we'll actually get to start doing some real building soon. Oh, I still never got my commission rewards.
Ad Astra Ab.
Honestly, the day in mission now and even when I first did it, kind of just felt like it was there to serve as a reminder that the point of the story is to find your sibling and not all the other stuff that we've been encountering.
Thank you for completing Ad Astra. Ad Astra Abyssa.
I need to fight more hilly trolls. Well, now that I'm level 60, I feel like I have to bring everyone else up to speed. But that's not what I have planned for now. Oh yeah. I forgot, we still have Noel's banner. Should we actually do anything with that? It seems like it's never going to go away if we don't use it.
Children, come, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. You've done so much for Liyue Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
A gift? For Paimon?
You're too kind.
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds. That simply won't do. Especially since I imagine you still have a very long journey ahead of you. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy.
Subspace? As in subspace emissary?
Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination, if you will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
A trinket, you say?
So, in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas. That is what one might call an exercise of true power. But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you just requires a few final materials to add the finishing touch.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found a fleet-footed youngster to prepare what I need. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Some of them are very rare indeed these days. Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glaze lilies thrived most profusely. You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glaze lilies, and if you were lucky enough, you just might find a small patch of shimmer soil there. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Extended contact with it is, in fact, harmful to humans.
So, I need to tell you guys something. While I was looking for the picture of her to use for the thumbnail, I came across like some kind of like art of like a young Madame Ping.
Goodness knows if that child will succeed in finding these items.
And it was like, I don't know, there's even more art then. Thirsting over this said fan art. It was pretty weird.
Since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an Adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose she does count as an Adeptus.
She counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to bump into them all the time. It feels like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an Adeptus and never even know it.
Right?
Oh, maybe so. Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane mortal life, after all.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yen Fei. She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yen Fei, I believe you've already heard of the traveler and her traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being ashamed that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you.
Embarrassing?
Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes. Here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy.
I just need the materials she was talking about.
If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yenfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment. You'll have to excuse Yenfei. She's always been like this, ever the talkative one when it comes to her own affairs.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time. And then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Okay.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny,
I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragdus Jadeite. I couldn't find any at all.
Is that so? But Smaragdus Jadeite is really rather essential. Yanfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly, after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go, but there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement. Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Crossel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins. So, I guess I'll go look for him. Oh, you want to join me?
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. That's a first for sure. Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.
Alright, let's go find this guy.
Hello, Mr. Crossel. How's business been?
Oh, good. Very good.
Don't care how
All
his
thanks to your
business has
advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, in the end, I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus Jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus Jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhiqiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, in return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus Jadeite is genuine.
Guaranteed genuine?
Of course.
Yeah, let's
This-
go
In that
get
case,
it.
Oh,
thanks a lot, Mr.
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with?
Give us your hairpin.
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? We understand from Mr. Crossel that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
The hairpins? I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them.
Idiot.
I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way I could come up with that amount of money on such short notice.
Why did you need them in the first place if you weren't gonna put them in your hair?
My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them.
And what does that have to do with you renting?
A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me, but now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I do?
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of deja vu.
Maybe because this is the part where we say we can help.
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Miss Zhou, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help Zhiqiao somehow.
Or we can just go find the hairpins.
True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account.
Okay, we didn't need you to tell us this.
And given the rarity of Smaragdus jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation...
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Zhiqiao looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the jadeite is genuine or not? Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
I mean, we'd need to know if it's genuine so we can give it to Granny.
Please. Please, Don't
Shut
trouble
up,
yourself.
man.
However much it is, I will have to pay it. Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossel in the dark any longer.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, I have some questions about the hairpins. So hold on a moment, Miss Zhou. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so
This is ridiculously
Smooth
lame.
to the touch. Finest quality jade. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's head over to Mr. Crossel's.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Zhiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About that.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Truly, I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem.
Yes, you did
But
hear
before
that.
I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes, and if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins,
what else
correct?
am I to do as I listen to
Of
this
course!
yapping?
Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Crossel.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
I don't care about this one bit. I just want the teapot reward.
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you... Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then he'd throw the Smaragdus jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations.
Well then, since you're so experienced...
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track.
If I had one mora for every time I hear the word contract.
It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract.
Why?
Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yanfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
A handprint?
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
Such an ordeal for no reason.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy.
She's doing way too much.
Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
Miss Yanfei,
a boring experience.
I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Crossel, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. But either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some. Also, the idea of someone abusing. But again, let's not dwell on this. Ah, I've got it. If Mr. Crossel had his ore worked on at all,
she talks way too much. The granny was right.
Our success. Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yenfei.
His voice
is something
totally
the matter?
has changed. Why does he randomly have a lisp now? I swear he didn't sound like this when we were doing Liwe's Archon Quest.
Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnine merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
He sounds so flamboyant now.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
I am pretty sure he had a completely different voice, and I feel like I may just go check the old stream to confirm. I'm not crazy, but he did not sound like that. Okay.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
This is a lot of ore you could easily make a hairpin with.
If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings. Yes. It's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy.
Is that so? Well, So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao is able to tell?
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual
So how
viewer,
did you not know the
but that
hairpins
translates
were
to
fake?
an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
Oh, you're one to talk about going off on a tangent.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossel...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
So you can do all that yapping, but let someone else have the floor and all of a sudden, they're going off on a tangent. Okay.
Miss Yenfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossel did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here, it says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus jadeite, uncut.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the...
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yenfei. But might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossel won't dare try to deny what he did.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Nope. Aha! Got it! Singxi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us.
We know.
But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Oh, please.
Again, with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singsi.
Yeah. I would avoid her if she were a real person.
Oh, yes! Yes! They have the audacity to go after anything. The 7 dragons, gods. No ancient artifact that relates can escape their greedy ambitions. Still, this time is different. Who do they think they are, going after the Abyss Order's treasures? Oh, Traveler, it's you.
Huh? Ganyu, what are you doing here with Lan? Do you have a commission you need to post?
Hello. We were just discussing the treasure hoarders.
Okay.
Yes. We were just saying how even the audacious treasure hoarders should know better than to mess with the Abyss. It's just too evil.
But we recently received intel from the Ministry of Civil Affairs that 2 big-time treasure hoarders in Liyue and Mondstadt are planning some big joint operation.
Don't feel like pretending to care.
2 big-time treasure hoarders?
Yes. They're known as Big Sis of the South and Raptor of the North.
Oh, Raptor! Paimon remembers he tried to run away from Amber in Mondstadt. But who is Big Sis of the South?
You already know something then. I guess you must have crossed paths with the treasure hoarders many times before. You are correct. She's the head of the treasure hoarders in Liyue. As I understand it, the treasure hoarders all call her boss. Some say that the god of thieves even bestowed a gift upon her for her exploits, making her Big Sis of the gods. But that's probably just a wild rumor.
Anyway, the treasure hoarders discovered some previously unexplored ruins that the Abyss Order has been secretly guarding in the shadows. Despite how dangerous that makes it, all the treasure hoarders can think about is what kinds of treasure could be inside. They have already devised a plan. They will send out a decoy to divert the Abyss Order's forces away from the ruins, then send an expert thief inside to steal the treasure.
Alright, well, we have other business to attend to.
To this end, Big Sis and Raptor have reportedly recruited a certain Grand Thief from Fontaine.
Grand Thief? That's quite an impressive sounding title.
Oh, indeed. He is an extraordinary individual. The Grand Thief is highly respected in the treasure hoarders, in the same way that we adventurers look up to great adventurers. Ah, you met the living legend himself while you were in Mondstadt. So, despite being relative big-timers in Liyue and Mondstadt, Big Sis and Raptor had to put in
With the major changes in Liyue recently, the Ministry of Civil Affairs and the Millelith already have their hands full, but anything related to the Abyss makes me feel like there is some unknown danger lurking beneath the surface. So I decided to come to the Adventurers Guild to post a commission.
Leave this commission to us.
No, no.
Thank you so much.
Good to see this in the hands of a reliable guild member.
Huh? I didn't know you were starting a whole nother... I don't intend to do that today.
Miss Yenfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from last time,
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Has a merchant by the name of Crossel asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Krosel? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? Yeah, he came to me with a chunk of something he called Smaragdus Jadeite. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith who made them exactly according to his specifications. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Sinksy, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossel commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to put this transaction on record with the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Mr. Krosel wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures, so I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself, the item is called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus.
Thank you, Sinksy.
Sure, it isn't.
Nothing you need to worry about. Just a.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something is in trouble?
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip. Let's go to Boo Boo Pharmacy to speak with Dr. Baiju.
The weirdo with the snake around his neck? What do you want to speak to him for?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful to the human body. Once we have this final piece of evidence in our hands, we can wrap this case up.
Yes, let's please wrap this case up.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs. And if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises. The 7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from it is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality and their illness will only ever get worse. Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yenfei, and given the specific nature of your question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document, won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity, but after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yenfei, if your pressing bit...
You needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju.
You're too kind.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossel.
What if we found him dead?
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus Nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that—
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please. This is a processing record from the
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite and Smaragdus Nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite. So I had him cut away the Nephrite, he returned the valuable Jadeite core to me, and some Nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated.
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all.
Hard evidence, something legally binding. We have just the thing.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal.
Our second piece of evidence didn't—
You know, you could be—
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown—
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors?
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus Jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus Jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item, I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait!
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear, Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you—
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually
inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
He's seriously intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
I admit it. I confess. But I'm a victim in all of this, too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus Jadeite. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a constant state of agitation, too. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus Nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus Jadeite.
Okay, but my thing is, Yanfei, when we first talked to him, she was aware of the fact that he planned to get Smaragdus Nephrite and turn it into, Smaragdus Jadeite and turn it into the hairpins. Why would she allow him to have that idea and go with that if they're so harmful? Like, that doesn't make sense.
I kept the real Smaragdus Jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Zhiqiao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of business would be over.
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora, and that is final.
10 times?
Crosel looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus jadeite.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that.
Ms. Zhiqiao.
However, Mr. Crosel, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But all right then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn this Smaragdus jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever, it'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Mr. Crosel come to an understanding?
Clearly.
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crosel, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
Actually, Mr. Crosel, I'd like to talk business for a second, if I may. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Let me think for a moment.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite that Granny wants too.
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, you managed to solve the problem with just a big stack of documents. Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
The right solution depends on your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay an adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
Man, that mission took forever.
Scry the sky.
I mean, did she though? Because we ended up on a scavenger hunt for evidence instead.
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Good, good. Then we have all the materials we need.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you? All right then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the rest.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts too.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot, hmm?
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
Thank goodness. Hope we never encounter her again.
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Indeed she is. Liyue has changed, and the Adepti must also... Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city of... Liyue is not the same place I once knew. All right, then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
You do.
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
And how long does it take?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't take long at all. Just wait here for a moment. There we go. This Serenity pot is all yours now. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might happen. Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more lively inside.
Thanks, Granny.
Wait a minute, Granny. How exactly are we supposed to use this teapot?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot. She will explain everything you need to know about it.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Okay, we get to choose between these rooms. We have floating abode, an island cluster suspended in midair, a typical feature of many Adepti realms, a boundless world featuring nothing besides a cluster of islands. Emerald Peak, a cloud-piercing mountain peak. Well, that's how it looks at least. But being inside a teapot and all, the highest mountain probably reaches no higher than the stalk of a tea leaf. And Cool Isle, an island cluster surrounded by water. One wonders how many cups of tea can be brewed from this vast ocean. So, I can choose one of these. We can't get any of these yet. I'm thinking Emerald Peak.
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame Ping's! There's even a great big house in the middle, too! Huh. But there's just a whole load of nothing around it.
Go dig a burrow to live in for now, I guess?
Hey! There's a perfectly good house right over there! Why should Paimon have to live in a hole in the ground? Still, why is it so empty here apart from that house? Oh, wait a second. What is that?
Wow, it seems that we have a visitor.
It's a huge finch!
Finch? I've always thought this was a penguin.
Excuse me, I am not a finch. I am a teapot spirit, and you may call me, hang on a moment. What am I supposed to be called again? Oh, call me. I suppose you may call me Tubby.
You certainly look the part. That's so rude.
So you're the little helper Madame Ping mentioned?
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping.
Yeah,
yes,
that's what we said.
She did summon me here. She told me much about you. You may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm to me. Your journey may be far from over, but at least this way you will not want for a comfortable place to sleep each night. Though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the banal matter of their maintenance. Thus, we teapot spirits were created to help guard their realms and manage their affairs. You may consider me a butler, if you will. Now, allow me to explain this realm to you. Have you any blueprints on you? As long as you have a blueprint, you can refashion this realm however you please.
Blueprints? Oh, that's right!
Yes, these are the blueprints I'm talking about. Just commit the image of the objects to memory and prepare the necessary materials. Then simply release the thought from your mind and the object in the blueprint shall appear within this teapot.
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside, couldn't we?
I doubt it. A golden-eyed adeptus explained this to me at some point, and he said that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal power, even that has its limits. This world is not a true one, after all. It provides merely a moment of brief respite from the mortal realm, not a means of escaping it entirely.
A golden-eyed adeptus? Paimon wonders who could that be?
I hardly remember myself. What's more, well, let's not dwell on that. Have a look around. Best you get accustomed to this realm. If there's anything you would like to ask, just look for me.
Sure. After using and summoning the Saren Teapot, travelers can interact with it and enter the abode within. Travelers can also use and summon the pot while they're within its confines. Interacting with it in this state will allow travelers to leave it. Blah, blah. All right, we get to put out some furniture. And yep, this is what I was excited for. The teapot! It is a little complicated, rotating and getting things in nice positions. But it kind of reminds me of The Sims. Now how do I get out of this screen? Now we have our own smithy. And Paimon.
Traveler, you're here! Anything interesting you want to talk about today? How does a person become as rich, no, as super rich as Lady Ningguang?
Is that the only impression she gives you? Riches?
Well, there's the huge jade chamber too. But isn't that also made of Mora? Well, Paimon's really good at giving people nicknames. A serving of fisherman's toast goes for 1,025 Mora, and no discounts, even on rainy days. Okay then. So, how do you make friends with a really rich person?
Alright. We also have goals in the teapot. And we get rewards for them. kind of just like our
Divination
little
is
book
about
that we have on
precisely
the
foretelling
outside.
one's written destiny, over embellishing that fate.
Maybe you're not used.
This trust drink is kind of like an adventure drink, but for the teapot, too. Honestly, the main thing to prioritize now is making all the furniture that we can. Our creation queue's not that big, so... Anyway, but if we do that, then, you know, we'll get more experience than just making the same stuff over and over again. Since we don't have enough to actually decorate fully yet, it's the best way to go about it. There's also this store, and those silver things that I got let me buy stuff. So you can buy more blueprints so that we can make more furniture and actually get the place looking really cool. You also can get other stuff that's just useful to you in general. But we're not at rank 2 yet. But for example, level up materials, Mora, enhancement ore, and this stuff that levels up artifacts too. So it's useful for a lot of reasons, but I just think it's fun to decorate. Honestly though, not sure what kind of theme we're gonna go with.
If you ever have it.
But another cool feature of this is that you can put out people that you're companions with, and by them being here over time, they build more companionship XP to get you closer to unlocking their banners. So I normally put the people that I need to build companionship XP with, which is pretty much everyone at this point. And you can actually talk to them and they'll have a little bit of interesting dialogue.
So this is your hideout, huh? Nice place. It would be even better if there were some elevated areas for defense purposes. But I'm guessing you don't have to worry about break-ins.
As your companionship level grows with people, there becomes more options for you to say as dialogue.
Well, it'll certainly take some getting used to. This place is so peaceful. It's almost uncanny. No howling wind, ferocious beasts, crashing waves, bustling crowds. None of that. And that constant sense of restlessness inside me. It finally feels calm. It's so strange.
Strange in a bad way?
No, not at all. It's a nice change of pace. There's already more than enough conflict and discord in the world. This is a nice escape. Thank you for bringing me here.
Maybe you're not. If you ever have it.
This is our mansion. There's a whole bunch of rooms. I need to take one and make it my room. No, I don't really think I have anything to be able to do that yet. Nope, no beds. Ooh, but we can have another companion. Oh, never mind. No, we can't. We need to work on getting more furniture. Yep, she sure did, and now we have one. Enter mansion? That was really a part of this? Okay, we need to complete these. Process 1 dye, make 1 fabric, and construct 3 furnaces.
Maybe you're not used.
For now, you can invite more as the trust rank goes up.
If you ever have any.
Now I just need to be trust rank level 2. If we put these rocks out, it should help us get something. Can't really do much appealing things with these yet. But I guess Paimon's Forge can be cloaked by trees. We also have bamboo. And a bush. Wow. Don't worry, Teapot. You'll be beautiful eventually.
Maybe you're not.
Come on. Trust me more. Maybe we should put out that stuff we made.
If you ever have.
No, a Mondstadt building near our Liyue mansion does seem a little odd. We're just merging the cultures, I guess. what exactly this statue is. Wow, I wasn't expecting it to do this. Let's move it somewhere else. We'll have it by her. I guess that makes sense somehow. Yeah, that seems right. Anyway, we'll build up our trust over time. Wait, I just realized it's called Paimon's Bargains. That means we're buying stuff from Paimon. Guess it's time to spend our resin. Let's see. Fight the wool. So we'll do that first. I forget what special effect her weapon has. I'm pretty sure it was on the rare side, so there's something special about it. Just don't know what. Yes, I am ready to test my skills. I'm glad they don't make him have a voice for his fight.
Let me scry, written in the stars. Ha!
Farewell. Not good.
Wow.
Booba, get them!
Oh, I forgot he's stronger now because our world level went up. Uh-oh. I don't know if we can do this.
See you in the night kingdom.
Scatter! Nice and spicy. Race you! Propagate! Germinate!
no way. There's no way. There's no way. Okay, what we need to do instead is work on ascending people. Alright, Mona is pretty far behind. We need to grab her mushrooms and get it together. Perfect place. Mondstadt or the Dawn Winery.
Scry the sky.
Right? No, it wasn't the Dawn Winery. It was Springvale. She only needs like one more, I think. Nope. Sorry, neighbor. What's that 3? I think I need one more. If only I had one of the people. There's certain characters where it's like they'll show exactly where local specialties are on the map. Wish I had those.
Once.
Mona ascended. Mona level 50. We need a lot more stuff to do it again. Ling, we need to fight her boss. We need just as much stuff. Okay, for him we just need these teeth. So hopefully it'll be easy to get those. Oh, come on, why would it put it all the way over there? Whatever. The Saurians are everywhere, so we should be fine. What the heck is happening?
Excuse me, you two are travelers from beyond these lands, yes? Sorry, but is this little Tepetlosaur your companion? Even got a lovely scarf tied to his tail, I see. He sure is a little bundle of energy.
Yup, this is Sir. We met as soon as we arrived in that land, and he's been traveling with us since.
Okay, I just wasn't expecting this to happen. Can we go? This name is Monku. You're being weird. Okay, he's saying he's powerful in case I'm going too fast for you guys. Hopefully they replay this when I'm actually here. He thinks I need to save the guy. And blah blah blah. Whatever, we're not to this part of the game yet. See, Paimon summoned it up right here. He's technically sick, and we gotta cure him. Not sure why this would have triggered now, but whatever. Technically here to fight others of his kind.
Delved into destiny. Booba, get them! Scatter!
Not too far now.
Let's see, how many teeth do we need? 6.
Let me scry.
Farewell. Time to say hello. Careful. Some Saurians like to hide in chests like this. Probably an introvert thing.
What does that have to do with being an introvert?
Delved into destiny.
Actually, never mind. The more I think about that, the more obvious it is.
Spring forth!
Free! Hiding place you want to go. Everyone walking by will try to open it.
Nice and spicy! Scatter!
It's like salsa music.
I'll keep this close.
Ah, we need one more.
Alright, let's finish this.
Not too far now.
Let me scry. Into the fire!
Tell me what you see.
Nice and spicy!
And we got treasure while we were at it.
Maybe I...
Alright, everyone's level 50 now, at least. Darn it. We need those books. Let's see if they're at the domain right now. Oh wait, wrong one. Still wrong one. They're not. I could just use this. Now we just make them into the better ones.
Race you!
Perfect. Can we level it up? Yay, this is working out well. Alright, let's get some cooking out of the way while we're here. Of course, we barely have anything to cook with. Yikes, I'm actually running low on money. Well, I know what we'll be doing with our resin today. Because we are broke. At least we should be somewhat strong enough to hold our own now.
Propagate!
Farewell!
Germinate! Scatter!
Shadows of fate, decided by destiny.
You're toast!
Something's wrong.
One down, several to go.
Scry the sky. Let me scry.
Go! You're free now! Farewell!
Propagate! Delve into destiny.
Be free!
Fate is upon you. Let me scry. Leave my path.
Time to say hello.
Scatter. Spring forth.
Not too far now.
Mona. Always about to die.
None of this will go to waste.
Don't tell me it's up there. I think it is. That tired already? Guess it would be exhausting to climb a flat wall. Wait, I left the treasure over here? Oh, it's that one.
Race you! Race you! Boba, get them!
Shadows of fate!
Be free!
Written in the stars! Delve into destiny!
Oh my goodness.
Leave my space!
Oh, phew, I thought she was gonna be a goner. Get me out of this wind thingy.
Just tell me what you see. Not too far now.
I could really use a shield character. I guess that's part of what made Dory useful. Remember the Dory days? Feels like they're forever ago now.
Shadows of fate! Fate is upon you! Leave my space!
Eat this! Out of the frying pan.
Time to say hello. Farewell.
Delve into destiny!
I just realized I don't remember checking to see if my own weapon was. Unfortunate. Wonder what the point of the pictures are.
Shadows of...
Be free!
Propagate! Nice and spicy! Written in the stars!
Tell me what you see.
We should be rich by the end of this.
This should cover food and rent for a while. Delve into destiny. Spring forth! Boba, get them!
You're over!
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Go! You're free now!
Propagate!
What are we at right now? Only 200,000. That'll be like gone in 2 more ascensions.
Shadows of fate! Decided by destiny!
Yeah, it's expensive trying to get people strong.
Tell me what you see.
Let me scratch!
I really like how long this special lasts. Oh my god, no.
Propagate! Shadows of fate! Written in the stars!
How much more resin do we have? Ugh, only 3 more of these. That's not gonna really get us anywhere. But at least we'll have something.
Let me scry.
Not too far now. Time to say hello.
Delve into destiny.
It's getting
dark. Brother.
Decided by destiny. You're toast! Terminate!
Yo, what was that about? I didn't do anything to that stupid boar.
Propagate!
Here. Here what?
Nice and spicy.
Booba,
I didn't notice somehow. We're all about to die right now.
Scatter!
Don't think I have the skill to avoid it.
Shadows of fate!
Nice and spicy.
Spring forth!
Not too far now. Tell me what you see.
Oh.
Let me scry.
There's always howls in the background
Race you.
once it becomes nighttime. Phew. We narrowly avoided death. We need to go to this statue here. Because I've got no food and I can't spend money on food. We're all about to be dead. Thank goodness. Stop it.
Delve into destiny.
That was our last one. Yep, there are the howls. Again. Are we near Wolvendom or something? Nope, but we are near the woods. Alright, we did good work for today. And that is a good spot to conclude. When we return to this, there are a lot more missions for us to do. The one we accidentally triggered, the Jade Chamber one, and all this random stuff down here we also need to get done at some point. On top of that, we're going to be doing some character building, so it'll be more on the lax side of things too. And for tomorrow, look forward to our Xeno stream. I'm super excited because ever since the last one, I've just been dying to play more and grind killing that Millilith. So I'm hoping we're able to replicate our success enough to get what we need and finally get our first Ultrafauna Slayer. Because then we're one step closer to being able to kill anything we want to. So yeah, I'm so excited for that. And Saturday, we have our first stream of the Pokemon-a-thon, where I'm going to be streaming it every night until I beat it, which is going to be quite the undertaking, schedule-wise, but I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully you guys will be able to pop into my world at least here and there. And yeah, this is a really fun stream. Hope you guys enjoyed your hot cocoa. Peace out, you guys.